Hi, my name is Mohammed Howard. Thank you for coming back to American Literature 2. Um, the purpose of this video is to explain the different supplements I'll be adding to my OER. After doing the evaluation, I found out that there were a lot of things missing from the OER itself because the OER is meant to be a crash course. My students here, they are ELLs, English Language Learners, and as English Language Learners, they need a lot of visuals. So I'm going to be adding a lot of that to develop the background knowledge and a little bit history about the UAE. I don't think in the history of the UAE that there have ever been any protest in the UAE. So my students don't have a concept of what a protest is or have never seen a real one. So using videos will give them a virtual tour. So I'm going to be supplementing the OER with a lot of videos. All right, let me go ahead and take you in. For example, let's go a little bit back. Here, Lumen, this is where my OER come from. This is it right here, the 1960s in America. So as it states right here, it's a crash course. So I will be supplementing that with the history page or the history channel. For example, as you can see in the picture, there's a video right here where you can click. Hopefully it's working. It was working when I tried it out.
On August 28, 1963, 250,000 people gathered in the nation's capital for the historic March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. The march rallied Americans to stand up against the continuing political and social injustices African Americans still faced 100 years after emancipation. The march took place at a critical moment in the civil rights movement. Tension and racial unrest had been building up throughout the year, with anti-segregation demonstrators making headlines in Alabama and President John F. Kennedy announcing his intention to pass civil rights legislation.
So you see within the video itself, my students are able to see there are a lot of pictures, there are a lot of sounds. They can hear the sounds of the people, and they can also see the size of the crowd and get a better idea of what the protest is and what it's all about. And there are also words and stuff for kids who will like to read. So this will help to enrich their background knowledge of what a protest is, especially the protest that is happening in the state. Another page also comes from the history channel. This right here talks about different protests that took place in the world, especially in the state. There's one here that is pretty interesting, the Arab Spring, even though it didn't happen here, but they can get a better idea of how protest is in the Arab world itself, and they can compare that and contrast that with protests within, for example, in the States and stuff, and especially what is going on in our time. The whole point is to build background knowledge and also to give them a real world experience and stuff. They can connect their learning to the real world, and they can get an idea, and they can be up to date on what is taking place in the world as they analyze the text and also write their essay. Also, there's a page here that I'm going to share with them as a supplement. Part of their exercise, they are requested to take signs and stuff of protest and integrate them within their essays and the video that they will make and stuff. So this site will really help them. They can download the signs and integrate them within their lesson. Also, there are other sites and stuff or where they can get additional information, like 14 of the biggest marches and protests in American history, for example. You give them a background. The picture tells a lot and stuff, you know, the age of those who are on the street, the races and stuff of those who are on the street and stuff. It's not just about black, but there are whites out there. It's not about older folks and stuff. There are young folks out there and how they're dressed and the signs they have. So this will give them a background knowledge and stuff that what protest is about. And this also the March on Washington also it provide additional information. So in a nutshell, this is what these are some of the supplements I'm going to be making and stuff to the OER because of the things that are missing. I hope that this will be able to enrich their learning and they can get a better idea and perhaps encourage them to research and go to other sites to develop their background and be able to deal with the questions and the task and come up with a project that really reflects their learning and what is taking place in the world now. Thank you for watching my video. If you do have any feedback, please do upload them, and if you do have ideas in terms of what I can use to supplement my OER, please do let me know. Thank you.